keep an eye on the live control room for a while. It'll say Extreme looks good or something. Okay. Oh, God, let's pray. One has, I'm not even going to say it. Can't say it's got to be. Let's hope it is.
Yeah.
So quick rundown on a couple of things. Right now, we still have some free shipping going on at waltonsinc.com. That ends today. Probably right at the end of this live stream, we will go back to normal shipping. We left it on for months for you guys, so I hope a bunch of you took advantage of it and got some free shipping. But that ends today. So if you have an order you've been waiting to place, now is a good time to do it. Another thing is the sales that were live for New Year's. Those will be January sales. We're still going to release a January sales and giveaway video because we are doing a giveaway. And we'll get to that in a little bit, what that is. But so waltonsinc.com/sales. It's going to have the same things on it all month, unless we run out of inventory on something.
Yeah.
So, which
is kind of bland. You should change up the sales like every day.
Oh, God.
That would be a nightmare.
That would be a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Then we're also going to do what we normally do, have a couple of small winners on this. And we've been working, our application specialist and I have been working on new ways to make even more tender jerky. The most recent thing we tried really worked. Made it really, really nice and tender, and then we proceeded to overcook it to an insane degree.
Mm-hmm. I tried some of that, and it was really good.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, overcooked.
Even with overcooked, though, it was still...
With the... did Dylan tell you what the water activity was on it?
0.48.
Yeah. That stuff, I think, would survive anything.
Well, we'll find
forever.
out, because I've got some of it over there as a science experiment. It's just going to sit out forever, and it'll never grow anything.
Yeah, nothing will ever grow on it. It'll be fine 10 years later down the road,
well,
in
so
theory.
For everyone here, there's usually two things that make something shelf stable. It's water activity and pH. With jerky, you don't really worry about pH. You just go for water activity. I think it's anything under 7.3 is considered shelf stable. Too little water to grow anything on it. That is 0.48. So very, very shelf stable. So for anyone watching either on YouTube or I don't know if the Meatgistics one, does that work? I put it up, but I didn't. Do we put the giveaway on the Meatgistics live stream? Like the live stream giveaway?
I mean, like what?
Is that the Meatgistics one?
I'm on the Meatgistics page.
Okay, and it's got the live stream drawing. Okay, so it goes there.
I can update that if that's.
No, that's the right one. Looks like.
Wait, that is, but it says it's ended.
Oh, then no, it's not.
Okay,
right.
I'll update that.
So sorry, guys. On the right of the screen at waltonsinc.com/live, we have a giveaway. You can enter that while we're going here. We'll draw a few winners throughout the whole thing, and that is going to be, or that's going to get you some of this experimental jerky we were just talking about. I'll make some new stuff, so I'm not sending you guys 0.48 jerky, and a bag of seasoning of your choice. Other than that, we are also going to draw the winner for December's giveaway, which was the Walton's equipment. That's going to be a Walton's mixer, a Walton's stuffer, and a Walton's grinder. So one lucky winner is going to win all three of those pieces of equipment. So pretty awesome giveaway. Obviously, we're pretty proud of our grinders. So that is going to be this month's giveaway. We're going to do a number 12 grinder. So a little bit better than the one we gave away last time, which was a number 8. This is a number 12. Great for the guy who does just a couple of deer a year or something like that. Maybe occasionally make snack sticks or a ground product. Yeah, really, really good grinder. Shouldn't have any problems with it. What I have in front of me here is pheasant pepperoni.
It is really good.
It is really,
really good.
Yeah. Now, it's got pork fat. So,
yeah. I mean, you're probably going to add pork fat to about every wild game sausage you do. If you do, I mean, you don't have to, but it's just, yeah, it's not going to be as good. You got to have some fat in there to really make it a proper sausage.
Yeah, no matter how many times I tried to make the chicken sausage with no pork fat, it just is not the same. I think the best I came up with was adding cold phosphate and carrot fiber. That gave it like a nice juiciness, but not the same.
Yeah.
Absolutely not the same. Let me look up.
So while John was talking about giveaways, I get tired of not having as much fun stuff to give away as John. So some of you already know that I have a few of these, but we will give away the rest of these today. A few weeks ago, a month ago, I don't know, I realized that there was something very important missing in my life, and it was Toddler Meatgistics t-shirts. So they're the same as our bigger ones, but I've got 2T to 5T. I mainly got them because I wanted my son to be running around in one, and he has a couple of these, and he has a pair of khakis, and when he's running around in that, he gets so excited and he yells "Daddy" like nonstop. He knows it's his daddy shirt. He loves it. So what I'm thinking I'll probably do is I will probably make a post on Meatgistics here. I'll list the sizes that I have, and I'll do it while we're on the live stream here. And then whoever responds to that post, the first ones to say, I need a size, this, that, whatever, I will get a hold of you and we'll get it sent out to you. I just figured that's the easiest, fastest way to do it than trying to pick winners from Gleam and go, do you have a 3-year-old?
Yeah.
So
that is a nightmare.
Yeah.
What's the largest size you have over there?
5T. It's like 5/6T.
Okay.
So it should fit. Like a 2T is for a 2-year-old, 3 for 3-year-old, 4, 5, 6. So
no way
2 to 6.
We probably couldn't even get our head through the. Because I would think some sort of competition where the loser has to wear this.
So that's the biggest one. I mean, I could fit my bicep through there.
Oh, they're nice and soft.
Yeah. I guess they're not technically exactly the same as our other ones.
Yeah.
They're more or less the same color, but it is a different brand or something. They do feel a lot softer.
Well, I mean, I guess it's for a little baby, so that's what we've got to do. All right, I have not even glanced at the chat, so let me pop out my chat and see what you guys are up to. Also, while I'm doing that, I'm going to check out the Gleam to make sure that it's working. Yep, cool. We've got people entering right now. Walton's January. Oh, the December one is still going. I'll just end that. Yeah, and then you can also, the number 12 Walton's Grinder, some of you already found it. Go on over to waltonsinc.com/win for a chance to enter on that. I'm officially closing the Walton's processing kit. Not drawing a winner yet. Just.
Oh, wait, we hadn't actually closed it?
I extended it.
Oh. Well, that's fancy. Do we have... I wasn't paying attention to your spiel at the beginning. Sure. Do we have any plans for anything else on a giveaway today?
Some jerky and seasoning.
Okay, yeah.
Why? What do you have?
Oh, nothing necessarily. Just was curious. If we don't have anything else, I mean, I'm sure we always randomly think of, let's give away this, but
give away that.
Me?
Yeah.
Point at me.
Yeah.
Let somebody take them if they want them.
I mean, I would pay to get rid of that if we could.
Pay me.
We do pay you.
Oh, wait. You guys are getting paid right now? I think someone had a good question on here.
Oh, I forget there's comments to read through.
Yeah. I tried to bring it up, but it crashed.
Oh, someone's having trouble getting natural casings loaded onto the stuffer. Got any tips for them?
For snack sticks, though. That's interesting. You don't find many people using natural casings for snack sticks anymore. You've been coming around to I'm a tangent here for a second, but you've been coming around to natural casings. I'm still on the collagen casing bandwagon, but would you use naturals for snack sticks?
No, well, it depends on where. He's not getting them from us because we don't have a natural casing that's small enough to.
Yeah. Sheep casings.
22, 24?
Yeah.
Do they have them in tubed?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
So one, use a smaller stuffing tube if you're having trouble getting them on. More importantly and better is use the tubed casing. Tubed casing comes on a plastic sleeve that looks kind of like this. The casing's on the outside. You put the casing over the stuffing tube, and then you pull the casing and you pull this plastic sleeve and all the casings load themselves. Another thing you can do is get whatever bowl of water they've been soaking in, because make sure you're soaking them in hot water before you put them on. Put that right in front of your stuffer with the tube. Get it on there and just pull it straight from the water. When they're wet, they're a lot easier to like slide and manipulate it on. Another thing you can do is actually have just like a bowl of water or spritzer and spritz them as you're sliding them on. They will slide on a lot easier that way. So, but no, I like natural casings now for when I'm doing sausage, specifically only because of the tubed variety. If it was still just like the home packs and the Hanks, I'd still just be using straight collagen.
So I'm going to blow your mind. We have 22 millimeter sheep casings in the tubed casings.
Well, then there you go.
So
if that's what you're using, use the tubed variety. You don't have to rinse out the middle. They've already been flushed. All you have to do is soak them in hot water, and they're a cinch to load onto a stuffing tube. If your problem is that your stuffing tube is too big for those casings, then you need to get a smaller stuffing tubes. The Walton stuffers come with a 12 millimeter, and that will easily fit a 22 millimeter casing. So, all right, I am going to draw a winner for some jerky and some snack sticks. For anyone who has won previously, I think the last of our 13 days of Christmas things went out today. So, drawing a winner. Dawn Jackson. Dawn, give us a shout in chat to let us know you're here. What's up?
Does Patrick come with free shipping?
No, he can get himself there.
If you order him today and he's over, what's our free shipping limit right now? 70,
I think
100?
it's 75.
75. So is Patrick worth more than $75? I think that's the question. If he is, he's got free shipping on him.
I'm housebroken too sometimes. So.
This is interesting. So Michael Hunkins just said, paraphrasing, he's got a 3D printer, so he prints his own stuffing tubes.
That's awesome.
If that would work, I'm gonna get a 3D printer for that as well. I keep making a list of things that we need a 3D printer here for.
Yeah. Bobbleheads.
Bobbleheads. That would be fun. Like the all-around jerky maker, the rapid patty maker, a bunch of our different random little parts, especially for some of the commercial equipment. They're wear parts that are plastic that we would go through thousands of those things.
Like the injector stuff, all the
Yep.
cuts for
Yeah,
that.
some of the injector things. It's insane how many little tiny things we have that are plastic, that if we could just buy a big old 3D printer, I mean, we could get stuff so much faster, because a lot of times we've had inventory problems, especially this last year with so many different things. And the all-around jerky maker wasn't available for almost a year. The rapid patty maker as well, so we had that made ourselves. I mean, it's just all kinds of stuff.
That has by far, guys, been our biggest challenge this year. We had one or two people test positive or stay home a couple of days, but luckily we never had like a big outbreak in the office. Our biggest problem was stock. So if you've been waiting on something for a while, we're sorry. I mean, I promise you we're doing everything we can. Purchasing departments working their tails off trying to get stuff in. This is not possible on some items right now. So makes things a little bit frustrating for everybody, but we will eventually either get those items back in stock or come up with a replacement for them.
thinking about stuff in stock, Mike Woosley is asking if we'll ever have gloves back in stock. We kind of do have gloves in stock, but we're particular on how and when we sell them, because they're getting harder and harder and harder to come by still. We don't have them available for purchase online, and we don't sell them to our retail and home users. We're only selling them to our commercial meat processors right now. So if you are a commercial meat processor, we are selling gloves, and we do have some, and we get some in, not nearly as many as we want, but we're trying to fulfill what we can for the businesses out there that actually need them. And I know that sounds horrible to some of you guys that are at home and are like,
no,
well, I need
sense.
gloves, but yes, you can, you want gloves and you should use them, but you can get by with it versus some of the businesses out there, they literally cannot get by without it. So we're trying to keep the gloves that we have for those customers specifically.
Yeah. But we're not accepting new glove customers, correct?
No.
Yeah. So if you haven't bought them from us in the past, unfortunately, we're trying to keep the people who have been customers of Walton's for a long time, keep them up and running. So, I mean, it, like he said, it's unfortunate if you don't have gloves and you do something without them. It shuts down a meat processing plant if they don't have gloves. So,
A lot of questions coming in. Got JB Outdoors wants to. He's considering purchasing our 50-pound meat mixer. Just want to know if he'll connect to the Cabela's number 22 grinder. Thanks for the advice. Also, any problems with the gear stripping of that model?
So no, I haven't had any problems with the one that I don't know how many hundreds of pounds I put through it now. As far as if it connects with the Cabela's, it might, but we're not gonna. I mean, I would say no. I would guess no. Yeah, I would guess no. It's model specific. Real quick before you go to the next one, Jim says, hi, I was wondering what is the best size casing to use for snack sticks? I've used 17 millimeter in the past. So it's all kind of a personal preference. I don't like going any smaller than a 19 millimeter when I'm using my hand crank stuffer. It puts a little bit too much pressure onto the stuffer, and I just don't see a difference between 16 and 19 millimeter. Recently, I've used 21 millimeter a few times and really liked that. It's a little chunky for a snack stick, but like an 8-inch long 21 millimeter snack stick is a pretty good little meal, really. So yeah, 19, 17's fine too.
Okay, Mark wants to know how important is it when using a meat mixer to reverse the direction when mixing. I just bought the Walton's 50-pound mixer and the 22 grinder. Never realized the grinder does not have a reverse option.
Yeah, so when we used to sell a lot of the 44-pound Weston meat mixers, at some point they made a change to it or something where you can just go in one direction. They said not to run it both directions anymore. Ours, you don't need to reverse it with. And we used to, even in all our videos, we would make like a point of when we were using even the can cranking, we're like, okay, we run it for a minute forward. Now we're going to run it a minute backward. And then I don't even remember how it came up with Weston. Just all of a sudden, like, yeah, you don't need to do that.
It was a combo of a question/issue with the mixer and a question and issue with the grinder. Mm-hmm. And part of it was we found out that, yeah, it's designed to go one direction. You don't have to go back and forth. But then also running the grinders backwards, I don't know why. I'm at least told that it isn't as good for it. It's not supposed to be done for more than a few seconds at a time. You shouldn't run it for a long time backwards. So if we're running it backwards for 5 minutes, that's not good for it.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. That's what I was told.
Yeah. I'm not saying you're lying to me.
I never looked into it to figure out exactly why. I just took it for what it was.
Considering the source, we probably should have looked into it more. These are excellent. So I'm really happy with those.
Yeah.
And I keep losing chat, by the way. or it just keeps coming and going. So sorry, guys, I probably won't be able to do much chat. We'll rely on Patrick on this. It connected again, but it keeps chat disconnected.
That's weird. I don't have any problem.
Yeah, I'm having problems today.
I don't know.
But yeah, so we do a monthly video with Pheasants Forever and Quail Forever called Game Bird Gourmet. And look for this in an upcoming episode because I'm very, very, very pleased with how those turned out. 25% pork fat.
That's, I mean...
Difference between 20 and 25. That was out of all those deer things we did, the thing that was, I think, best was showing the difference between a 25% pork fat summer sausage and a 20. I mean, it's significant.
Yeah.
That 5% of fat really pushes it over the top. Has Dawn responded? Did anyone see Dawn respond?
I haven't seen one, but it's been a little bit.
Don Hinkle. Is that it?
Dawn Jackson. What is the 5T?
The 5T
Yeah.
shirt?
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was a size thing. Yes, Jim, we do have a walk-in store.
Yeah, it's in Wichita, Kansas. They have the majority of the retail equipment. Oh, actually, they have pretty much everything retail out there. But real quick, before we move on.
Hold on. Don Hinkle. Oh, there we they have confusion. Don Hinkle said, I'm here. And now there's a Don Jackson that said, yes, I'm here.
Don Jackson is
So
one.
Don Jackson is here.
Cool. Is I?
Austin, look that way. If you'll notice this new... Stare over there.
Oh, you're jacking with
We
me.
have a new Walton's hat. This was a sample to show us what this on the side looked like. And that is a Meatgistics pouch or patch. Pouch.
If it was a
you can
pouch,
hide the
that would
little
be
things
awesome.
back there. Okay. So we really like that on the side there. This hat wasn't something that we were ordering. They just sent us that as a sample. But we ended up really liking this hat, so we're going to order some of those. We're also going to start getting in some long sleeve tees, possibly some hoodies, possibly beanies, and a couple of other things.
Did you already research this?
What do you mean?
Like, did you go look up anything, or
I've talked to April. Michael's
okay.
out.
Oh,
but I've
cool.
talked to
Okay,
April.
I didn't know you'd get it already.
Well, I mean, haven't ordered anything already.
Well,
this is just
yeah.
what we're thinking about.
No, but that's cool. Yeah, because I need some new clothes. So
I would like to have a long sleeve tee or just something to break up this.
yeah,
I mean, this is my outfit. Like, I have a uniform, and it is a gray T-shirt and jeans. I don't think I've worn anything else to work in. I don't even know how long.
my wife literally gets almost mad at me for wearing the same thing every day.
Yeah. Thank God my wife doesn't care what I wear.
I love it, though.
What about a cloth, not disposable, so washable, everything, apron? Like a Walton's Meatgistics cloth apron.
Yeah,
The leather apron's awesome, but some people might not want to drop $100 on.
yeah, because we probably could get aprons for 10 to 15
Right.
bucks. Yeah, it just would depend. You have to see what we can get through Michael at Victory too, or if we need to get like our standard white aprons and send them to him. Yeah.
Cool. So we have Tennessee. Happy New Year, Cindy. Lots of people wanting your baby's T-shirts.
Well, once again,
Surprised they're so mean to take clothes away from your son.
Once again, yes, Jim, we do have a retail store.
Oh, is he asking again?
No, someone was asking for him again.
Oh, so yes, we have a retail store. It's in Wichita, Kansas. Obviously, walk-ins are welcome. You don't need an appointment or anything. Yeah.
I thought John Hall had a good question about what size stuffing tube is needed for 19 millimeter snack sticks. He has a 3/8 tube, but is hard for his stuffer.
3/8 is 9.5 millimeters. That's not right. Sorry, I'm pulling something up here.
I mean, in the meantime, John Van Norman's asking if the number 8 meat grinder is enough for him. He says he does a couple 100 pounds a year.
No.
He's thinking about going to the 12, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, go at least 12. Honestly, you're going to be much happier with the 22 if you do a couple 100 pounds.
But definitely over
number
8,
8's, number 8's for a guy who just wants to like try some stuff out, maybe do a deer. But yeah, if you're doing 100 pounds, you definitely need at least a 12. If you're doing more than that, the 22, you're going to be happier. But I mean, money is money. If money wasn't in consideration, we'd all drive Ferraris, right? All right, so he's got a 3/8, so that's a really small tube. That's 10 millimeter. You should be able to fit on like a 16 millimeter casing on that. I would go up to using the 19 millimeter casing. That's the smoke collagen, and a 12 millimeter tube. It's just going to be easier on your stuffer. We do still sell 10 millimeter stuffing tubes for Walton's grinders, but we don't include it in the unit anymore. Reason being for that is that does put a lot of pressure on those gears and causes really unnecessary wear and tear. Whereas the 12 millimeter, as long as you're adding enough water, you have the right fat content, and the meat's somewhat cold, no problem. Easy and through that. But when you're trying to stuff something into a 10 millimeter tube, I mean, that's a very, very small hole, causes a lot of pressure. I like this. I like not having chat.
Can we give James McLaughlin like a gift? He called me the boss at 2:40 p.m. and now called me the bomb at 2:50 p.m.
No.
I think I'm going to block and censor.
There you go. That's what I was going to say. Well, we don't want people being nice to you. Dave Crockett
Where's
says,
Hope Ford when you need her?
What do you think? I'll never tell.
All right. Corey Zawago says, can you please explain the process needed to use a sous vide and smoker to make snack sticks? Thanks in advance. So I assume you're just talking about the smoking schedule and not everything leading up to it from how I read that. I can't post anything. Can you go to Meatgistics University, grab advanced cured sausage and throw it in the chat? Although no, because we can't. Remember, we can't post links anymore.
We'll
try and find a way around that.
I'll find a way around it.
So I'm going to have a link posted that's going to
advanced cured sausage.
Yep.
206.
Yep. That's going to explain what we did there. But basically, what you want to do. Start your smoker at around 120 degrees, or as low as you can get it. As low as you can get it if it doesn't go to 120. If it goes to 100, still start at 120 degrees. Don't have any smoke or any humidity at that time. You're just performing a drying phase. You want the skin of the product to dry off a little bit. So no smoke, no humidity, and your dampers wide open or your fans on. Depending on what type of smokehouse you have. So you're going to do that for about 30 minutes. Then start adding smoke and humidity. Close down your dampers like 2/3 of the way. And jump to 130 or 140 degrees. Keep going. Do that for an hour. Then go to 160 degrees. Do that for an hour. Take the temp of your product. Once you reach 130 degrees, the internal temperature of your snack stick, or whatever you're going to do, that's when you can pull it. We tried pulling some of the venison summer sausage at 100 degrees, and it just didn't develop much of a smoke flavor. It was still good, and it didn't like ooze out of the casing or anything, but the difference between 100 and 130 was significant. The difference between 120 and 130, because we pulled some out at 122, wasn't huge, but it was still noticeable. So I'd leave it in until your internal temperature is 130 degrees, and then get a, hold on.
Is that the sample?
Yes.
That's the sample. Okay.
Then get a poly pan. This is a small poly pan we might be carrying. Fill it up with water. Get your sous vide unit in there and get the water to 177 degrees.
177.
Because that's what I set it to the last time I did it, and it worked perfectly. So that's what I'm saying every time from now.
Okay.
And then you have a choice to make. You can either put it in a vacuum bag and then put that in the water, or you can just put your product directly in the water. Believe it or not, putting your product directly in the water doesn't cause any problems with the meat. It doesn't make it soggy. It doesn't wash off any of the smoke flavor or any other flavors. The biggest thing you have to contend with or decide, if your sous vide unit has a filter and it sucks water in, heats it up, then shoots it back out, then you want to vacuum bag it. That's because you don't want little pieces of the casing breaking off, fats and oils getting sucked in there and clogging up your filter. If you have one with the Weston, which just has like a little propeller on the bottom, it's got a heating element and a propeller to keep the water moving, you can just throw it directly into the water. If you do vac bag it, what I recommend you do is seal the bag as high as possible, like as far away from the product as you possibly can. Then when you have to check the temperature, cut right along that seal, temp the product, reseal it, put it right back in. That way you're not wasting a bunch of bags. Now, with a 2.9 inch diameter summer sausage, it went from 130 to 160. I want to say it was 25 minutes. It was really, really fast. So, I mean, doing that cuts hours off of any smoke schedule. It definitely can work on snack sticks as well. It's just snack sticks is not quite as big a problem because they generally cook pretty quick. So I hope that broke it down.
Patrick, can we do a quick test here? Did you see a link from me in the chat right between Tom Gorman and Austin Powers?
Wait, there's an Austin Powers on here?
Yeah, there's
That's
an
important.
Austin Powers on here.
Let me check.
It's like 10, 12 up from the bottom.
Hey, Candace is here.
It's in between Tom and Austin?
Yeah.
No, I don't see it.
Okay.
So they're still blocking our whatevers.
I just put another one in there. Can you see anything now?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, cool.
So it just doesn't like the HTTP part of it.
Remove that.
Yeah. So, and then I made it a fast link, quick link, short link, whatever.
Okay.
So it's actually, and we might want to do this with more things. I just randomly thought of it. It's kind of cool. Meatgistics.com/C206. So cured sausage 206. So you could shorten everything down.
Cool.
But I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. Let you either run with it or not. But yeah, whatever you were talking about for the 206 class,
Yeah. Yep.
just go to meatgistics.com/C206.
So is that just for the link, or could I type that into a bar and get there?
You can type it into the address bar.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now it'll forward you to
Right.
But yeah.
Huh. Sounds good. But that does also sound like more work you want me to do, so I don't think I'm going to go ahead and do that. But we got a lot of people here from all over the place. Jim Schuler says, I'm snacking on some W pepperoni now.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I'm out of chat again.
No, you could post links.
They can't click them?
I can either... I have to approve it. So, like, he's posting as, like, Austin, not Walton.
Not Walton's?
Yeah.
Did you have to prove mine?
It just popped up, said show or hide. No,
Huh.
but that one that you did,
Uh-huh.
the one that works without the HTTP, that's fine. I didn't even get questioned.
Oh.
But I'm now just seeing this. This message is held for review.
Oh, interesting.
But I thought last time, like, you guys couldn't even post links, like, as Walton's.
Because we were probably trying to put the HTTPS.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to get back into chat.
Well, someone a while ago had a question about what's a seasoning that's not too hot for snack sticks. I think we've had this conversation a lot, but, like, real quickly, like, someone, hey,
Willie's?
by the way, yeah.
Willie's
Because
is a
it's got a
great
nice
one that
black
has a
pepper,
little bit
yeah.
of black pepper heat, but not any real, like, heat.
Yeah.
As long as you don't add, like, ghost pepper cheese or something to it. The Bloody Mary's got, like, a little bit of spice to it, but not much. If you're looking for absolutely no spice, don't stay away from the teriyaki if you don't like spice, because our teriyaki unit is surprisingly spicy. Willie's.
That's in Jerky, though.
Oh, is it?
I don't think
Is
the
it
snack
just sweet
stick.
teriyaki in
I
the
don't-
snack stick?
Yeah, I don't think the snack stick is as spicy.
Okay.
But Now I don't really remember.
Cranberry and something summer sausage and snack stick wouldn't be spicy.
So they want a little heat.
They want a little heat. Willie's.
But not, yeah.
Willie's.
What about barbecue habanero?
Habanero barbecue would be good.
That's
then.
not that hot.
But for
it
us,
sounds incredibly hot.
But I have recommended that to a bunch of people and said, hey, listen, this isn't going to give you much heat. You'll be fine. And they've said it's too hot for them. So I stay off that one. In my mind, the habanero barbecue has a good amount of sweetness with just a little tiny kick of heat at the end. But for some people, if they're sensitive to it or depending on how they make it, that might be too much heat. You can, in my opinion, you can never go wrong with Willie's. It is our best-selling snack stick seasoning for a reason. It is delicious.
And it still lets like the cheese be the star of the dish. So if you add cheese to it, like
that's a great point.
It's a good base for anything you want to try.
Yeah, it's not overpowering.
Yeah, it's got a good, like I said, original flavor.
So
chat again.
Oh, real quick, I'm going to post the topic for the Meat Gistics shirts giveaway for kids. You don't have to be a kid to enter, but if you have a young one at home or you got a grandson, granddaughter, niece, nephew, whatever, I only have a few of these. I thought I actually had more. I only have 5. I swear I had more, so I'm going to have to check my office later. If I have more, I'll post back on here. But first come, first serve. If you put a post in there, tell me what size you want. 1 per person to start. First 5 people to do it will get the shirt that they want. If they go quickly, I'll consider actually getting these made regularly, like our adult shirts. And at some point in time, I'll have to make more anyways because my son will either wear his out or outgrow them.
He's going to outgrow him, man. He's growing like a weed.
Yeah.
With those chubby cheeks.
It is going up right now under Walton's community, non-food related on meatgistics.com. So go there now and respond on there if you want one of the Toddler t-shirts.
And I'm in a much better mood now than I was before we started this. So thank you guys. It helps to do things like this.
So Brian Small has a question on Jerky about how exactly, I want to get his wording. What's the secret to creating jerky that tears apart and chews a lot easier?
Adding extra sugar. I mean, that's really what it is. Something like a tenderizer.
Oh man, I love using this thing.
Something like a tenderizer can help as well. In here are some blades that basically overlap. If you ever bought cube steak, if you're a poor college student like I was at one point but still wanted meat, this is what they run that cube steak through. It tenderizes the meat. But really, the secret is adding a disgusting amount of sugar on top of whatever seasoning you're using. So when we use the Walton's Bold, we add, I've done it both ways, so it doesn't really matter, but either 18 or 20% of the product's weight in sugar. So if you're doing 10 pounds of jerky, that would be either 1.8 or 2 pounds of brown sugar. And then if you did 20 pounds, then add 18% water, but you can flip those either way. And then following a little bit different smoke schedule, I'm holding off on pointing people to our tender jerky videos just in the short term because we're real close to doing something that's really excellent. If we hadn't overcooked this last batch of jerky, I think it would have been just absolutely top notch. And I've got some meat defrosting in the fridge, and I'm going to go ahead and slice it, tenderize it, and start working on it tomorrow. We'll smoke it Friday, and then hopefully we'll have the process nailed down by then. But yeah, adding extra sugar. And if you go to Meat Gistics and just search tender jerky, there's like 3 or 4 articles with videos, plus a bunch of other people talking about it.
Holy crap.
Oh, wow.
What?
I just drew another winner. This person has won more
Cybulski
than anyone ever.
Yeah.
Daniel Cybulski has won jerky and a seasoning of his choice. And again, guys, if you don't like, I don't know if it's going to let me post this or not. Nope. Can you post Daniel Cybulski? If you guys don't, whoever wins, if you don't do much meat processing, just go ahead and look through Excalibur's shakers on our site, and you can. I'll let you swap out like 3 of those or something. He's in Branson, Missouri. Branson's a cool town.
Never been there.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah. I hear like so many people like talk about, oh, Branson, this, that.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
Beautiful area of the country. For being as close to us as it is, it's surprisingly pretty.
You know, as someone who was forced to go there about 3 or 4 times, like ages like 12 to 15.
Okay.
The town's just all right, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's got cool things to do.
Yeah. Until like
Especially
10 p.m. and then
if
all
you
the
have a
old
boat.
people go to sleep. So, if you got a boat, yeah, I didn't think about that stuff. But just as far, I mean, I can only see Mickey Gilley so many times in my life before he dies, you know. So
I don't know who that is.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, so Daniel Cybulski, somebody let me know if he responds. I'm sure he will. He's always here. All right, so we're 41 minutes in. Do you want to draw the winner for last month's? Or let me. I'm doing it. Do you want to? I wasn't telling you to do it.
No, yeah, that's fine.
You're my
Go
boss.
for it.
I don't tell you to do things.
And by the way, the Toddler T-shirts were gone like in the first like 2 seconds.
Okay.
There's a ton of posts, so there's definitely a lot more on there than we have. So I probably will go ahead and see about getting some more in.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Michael should be back tomorrow.
I think I dealt with April anyways.
Oh, okay.
When I say Michael, Michael, April,
How
someone
many
else.
do you want of each?
I don't know. We have. I don't know. Get like 10 of each.
10 of all the. Just tell her
2 to
10 of each
6.
size we already got. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do. I'll get those. All right. Drawn a winner. This is for last month's giveaway, which was a Walton's grinder, a Walton stuffer, and a Walton's mixer. And I'll throw this out here now. Whoever wins this, if you'd prefer to not take a number 8, you'd prefer something larger and don't want the stuffer and the mixer, we could talk about that. Wheel and deal. But I am going to start. So everybody starting probably tomorrow, you'll still hear from me maybe on the winners. But I am passing that section off to somebody else on it. I just don't have the time. And another thing, guys, I hate to do this, but I've got to shut down my chat on Meatgistics. I just don't have time to respond to everybody. Over the last couple of days, I've been really good about it, but I just can't do it. So,
And I will say that I already shut mine down.
yeah.
Should I spill the whole beans or do I not?
No.
No. Okay.
If there's something you feel you need to talk to us about that you don't want to publish live, I mean, you can find my email. You can also always email us at podcast@waltonsinc.com. But if you have a processing question, let everyone benefit from your experience. I mean, there's a couple of things that people have chatted with me where it's just like, God, a lot of people would want to know that. I know it can be kind of embarrassing sometimes, like you don't know something you feel like you should know, but don't. Plus, another huge benefit to this is that you're going to get other people's opinions, not just ours. Because while I try to be very honest, I'm biased, obviously.
Well, and even I think even beyond that, a lot of times we give like best case scenario suggestions, like this is what you should do with this and this and this and this.
Okay.
And when someone doesn't have that exact setup or that exact deal,
It might
someone
not
else can
apply.
say, "Here's what I do,"
Okay.
and maybe it's someone doesn't have a pair of hog ring pliers. So when we tell them, "Oh yeah, just crimp the end," someone else will be like, "Oh, I use blah 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 to make it
to
work.
do it instead."
Yeah.
That's a
So-
good point. Speaking of hog ring pliers, have we ordered them yet?
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember where I left off on that.
I think we have the page mostly, like the background.
Oh,
I think I
okay.
have that mostly done, or I think Pat has it mostly done. But yeah, we're getting hog ring pliers, and I will say, reliably, they're much more comfortable to use, and
Much nicer.
do the exact same job, and they will be relatively close in price.
Yeah, should be the same price. They're Yeah, we're getting them made directly for us instead of buying through another distributor who buys from someone else who makes them and blah, blah, blah. But since they are nicer, they are a lot more expensive. So it'll end up being the same price as what our other ones were, but they will be much nicer. Like comfort, I don't know if you want to call it like comfort grip handles on it instead of just a raw metal handle.
I no longer like this. I'm trying to log in through Edge to see if I can get in chat.
If it's disconnecting, it's probably your Wi-Fi. I mean, just
no, but you saw what it was doing to my, or I told you what it was doing to my YouTube too.
Honestly, just restart your computer.
I did.
Oh, okay.
That was my suggestion. I was like, have you tried unplugging it?
No one would ever believe you have an IT background.
Yeah.
Turn it on and off.
Yeah.
Have you tried recoupling the main power converters?
You know, if people really want to get in touch with you guys, the Fridge-Rater also has a chat option on his Meatgistics. And he sits right next to John.
Don't do that.
No,
do
not do that.
So I'll just start going, hey, John, what would you do in this situation?
Nope, I will suss those out and
I'll
not
work
answer
it in
you.
conversationally.
All right, cool. I'm in. So, James, I totally agree that Edge is not good, but if it's letting me interact, I'm going to do it. Abu Dhabi. Bien's Art Lucero. Nice.
We just got a question from Tex, Ryan, asking about why we make a 20-pound mixer and not a 25-pound. I actually just had someone else ask me that question like 2 days ago. I was helping out a friend of mine get some equipment set up. He used to live in town. He doesn't live in town anymore, so when he doesn't live in town, he doesn't get to come borrow all the stuff here. So he's got to make his own in his own place now. But he was like, well, why is it 20? Why is it not 25? Because all your seasonings are for like 25-pound batches.
It's a painfully good point.
It does make me kind of question, like, should we have another size that perfectly fits our batches? But on the other hand, it also wouldn't be a 25-pound mixer.
It'd have to be a 30 or something, yeah.
Because if you take 25 pounds of meat, you add a quart of water, you add your seasoning and spices, any other additives, you add high-temp cheese, you can actually get above 30 pounds on what you're going to do as a quote-unquote 25-pound batch. So I don't know. I will probably look into it and see what it would be, but if we got another mixer, it probably wouldn't be a 25-pounder. It would be a 30-pounder, so it could fit a whole 25-pound batch.
No, that's this doesn't recognize me as... No, yeah, it does. And error, try again. So yeah, it's something on the laptop. Okay, so I have the same... Andy Curtis says, I have the same question as Mike Woosley. Can you use encapsulated citric acid and wait 12 hours to cook? Will there be any negative effects? So my number one question would be why? If you're looking specifically for the tang, I guess I can get that. Short answer is yes and no. You can do it. If everything has gone correctly, you won't really experience any negative effects. However, if during the mixing process you ruptured a significant amount of that encapsulation, some of it's going to rupture no matter how gently you mix it in. But then you're giving that acid 12 hours to denature the proteins in the meat. And once they've been denatured, you're not going to get them to bind. You'll have a dry, crumbly product. It might not really bind at all. So I would urge you not to, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do. That's annoying me. All right, sorry about that. But yeah, now I'm once again out of chat,
So someone in the chat said, well, you have to spill the beans now, so I will spill more of the beans. I turned my chat off a long time ago, and I suggested John to do the same eventually, because it does get crazy. And like John said, I want to reiterate one of his points, that even though you may think or feel that it's embarrassing to post it publicly, that's most of the chats I was getting. is people asking something that really should be in the forums, and I'd talk them into posting it there, and then they'd get our feedback plus a ton of other feedback, and they were happy about it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, here's the thing where I'll at least pose it out there again. I don't know if you remember or not, but here's some of the rest of the story. Should we have a contact us form?
Yeah, we talked
there?
about that.
That's the only other thing that we're debating. And I don't know. I don't know if we will or won't, but that would be another way to get in contact with us. Like John said, there's the podcast at waltonsinc.com, but a form on there. That way, if someone was having technical issues, like they could talk with us directly. But if it's a question about meatgistics and how to make something, it really should be in the forum for everybody to benefit from it as well. But I don't know. We'll maybe or maybe not put a more contact us form out there. We'll see.
All right, and I drew a winner. Where is it? Okay. Winner for December's processing kit is Lance Meyer. Lance Meyer out of St. Michael, Minnesota. That was for last month, so Lance does not have to be here to win. He is the winner. So we'll go ahead and reach out to him, get in touch with him tomorrow, and get that sent off. 2 not so funny, 1 funny, 1 not so funny problems with giveaways recently. The Turkey Fest one, or Turkey, yeah, I think we call it Turkey Fest. It was just the 7-quart mixer, or not mixer, sorry, slow cooker, slicer, an injector, and a couple other little things. You had to give away 2 of those.
Why?
Because the actual winner just contacted me again this morning saying, hey, I haven't seen this or anything. I'm like, now I know I sent that out. So I went and found where I sent it out. I put all the customers' emails on the order so they get everything, and I can track it a little bit. I emailed that person, like just hey, you won some jerky and seasoning. They responded totally normally, and I went, oh, God, I'm so sorry. We don't have this in stock. Like, I made a flip in my head, like, that's the winner. So
wow.
And then the other one is I marked the Pheasants Forever, Quail Forever, huge winner. I marked them as pass it on. So I heard from the pass it on guy, the winner. He's like, hey, I just still haven't. I'm like, no, I know I sent that. I went, I looked through. I'm like, it says pass it on right there. I clicked into it. I'm like, no, it's Pheasants Forever. So I put a note on that invoice. Like, in case anyone's looking in the future, I put a little sticky on it saying. Okay. But yeah, this is part of the reason why I'm kind of handing this off. It's just, I have too many other things to do.
Well, Candace is asking me personally if I've ever seen a TV show called The IT Crowd, and no, I have not.
Oh.
I'm curious as what the follow-up to that is. And Ryan Jones wants to know where he can send my fan mail.
Ryan knows where you sit, so I assume he can give it to you directly. The IT Crowd was a real British humor. Mm-hmm. Do you know what it is?
I looked it up. I've never seen it. I know some of the actors from
pretty funny.
Spawn from that show. So.
Yep, pretty funny.
I'm curious what the connection, why she wants to know if I've seen it. Do I sound like someone from the show? I don't assume if they're British, but...
I would think maybe because we were talking about IT earlier. I don't know.
Maybe. She might have been confused that I'm an IT guy. No, I'm just the video editor.
Yep. So. Now, I mean, I wouldn't call you just a video editor anymore.
I was fishing for a compliment.
We've got you doing a lot more than that.
I don't know if I should do this, but I will open up this can of worms because I know some people do it. Okay. Thinking of the fan mail thing. I know other shows out there, podcasts, YouTube places, like you can send in like quote unquote fan mail. You can get something on air, whether it's something to be read or some item. If people mail us stuff at our address here, just address it to the media department, and I don't know, maybe if there's something worth it, we'd show something on air or we'd talk about it. But
the only thing that might get iffy is if you send us food. Most likely, I would check the water activity and then eat it.
Yeah, I always get nervous if someone comes in like the local store here and they bring something in and it's not vacuum packaged, it's not anything, and they're like, here, try this, it's great. And I'm like, oh, Thanks. Because I don't know, is it a snack
anything
stick
about
that's,
your
that's
process.
been unrefrigerated for a week and
That you
it's
think
not
is shelf stable? Right.
Yeah. I don't want the squirts later.
Little
so.
little bite first, and then 24 hours later, eat the rest.
Yeah.
Now, there's an advantage to doing that too, because that guy came in we have a guy who comes in the retail store every I think like every week. The first time he ever came in, I ended up getting quote unquote caught out there talking to him, and I ended up talking to him for like an hour and a half. And he brought in some willies that he added, the pickled jalapenos, the mustard seed, and all these other things too. And it was like one of the best snack sticks I've ever had. What is that?
It's your phone.
My phone.
Oh.
I could answer it live on air.
I think that should
Sure.
be the
See what he wants.
Hey, Mike, how's it going on?
That is Mike Christensen from Pass It On Outdoor
Good.
Mentors.
I'm actually on Livestream right now.
Find out what he wants.
John told me to answer it live on air. So
Hi, Mike.
If you want us to say something live, we can. Otherwise, I'll probably have to call you back here.
So Pass It On Outdoor Mentors is an awesome
Okay.
organization
Will
that
do.
we do a
Thanks,
good amount
Mike.
with. They
Bye.
get underprivileged kids out into the field hunting, deer hunting, pheasant hunting, quail, everything. Just taking kids who have never had a positive experience with wildlife or possibly only have negative experiences with firearms and give them something positive. It is an awesome organization, and people can donate their time to. We often send out emails to everybody letting them know how they can help. Sometimes it's just entering a raffle, but yeah. And
Yeah.
Mike is an awesome guy too.
And their raffles are amazing. Some of the big packages are really cool. They give away different hunts and trips and things. But even just their staple raffle, their gun a week, I love that. I love that thing.
Yeah.
You get 3 tickets for $100. You get a chance for a gun every week. It's like Wednesdays that comes out. I'm always waiting with anticipation on Wednesdays.
Well, that's because you've won.
I've won.
I haven't.
I've won like 3 times.
That's insane. Well, you've been doing it a lot longer than I have.
You just have to give more money.
Sure. I mean, that's true. I'm not buying hundreds of tickets.
Oh, I'm not buying hundreds of tickets either.
Sure he's not. Check it, Jenny. I bet you he is. Check it. What other questions do we have?
Questions. I don't know if I have any came across. Someone's talking about who Lance is.
Yeah. Lance is the winner of last
There's
month's
there's a
giveaway.
lot of congratulations, Lance, and then who's Lance? And then we want to know who won for December, but we haven't got there yet.
No, that's Lance.
Oh, did Lance win?
Lance won that. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm reading these backwards. I talked about that show a little bit more. I've been told I have the attitude of Roy from the It Crowd.
That you have the attitude, Roy?
Yeah.
The It crowd.
Is it
The
do you
IT
say
crowd.
it, the IT crowd?
The IT crowd.
That's what they're going for.
I'm going to tell Chris that, Brashears, you are officially having a title change. You're now in charge of the It department.
It.
I wonder if he's watching. A lot of times he watches while he's up there at his desk.
So here's an interesting question, or maybe. What videos do you guys want to see in this upcoming year? My main focus, well, after we get some website stuff done, my main focus will be on a specific thing that I've been talking about for like 2 years now. But after that, I want to know what you guys want to see us doing. Is it more just different how-tos, more just weird experiments? Well, not weird, but experiments where we're trying things. Patrick has something to say here.
Well, I'm always curious to how often do they want to see videos, and if certain videos come out on certain days, if that helps their viewership, like if in their schedule, like they get to work on a Monday or Tuesday and sit down and they look for that, or if it's just happenstance and they just get lucky like the rest of us, like mere hours after a video is released on YouTube of someone you follow. That's usually what happens for me. I don't stick around for certain days or expect stuff on a Wednesday or Thursday, but there might be some people that are like that. So I am curious to see how exactly they digest our videos.
Well, here's the interesting thing. We, on Meatgistics with Google Analytics, it used to be Mondays and Tuesdays from 12 to 3 or something like that. Maybe it was 3 to 5, was by far the heaviest usage days. And then it kind of slowly went straight across. So it's every day at that same time. And then it kind of just widened out. Now I think it was like 2 to 3, then 3 to 5. Now it's like 12 to 5. They're all solid dark blue, which means heavy traffic. So I don't really think it matters. But, I mean, could be wrong. More than happy to hear people's opinions on that.
James Small wants a video on the tubed casings and putting them on a horn.
Oh, we have one.
I think he's probably joking because it's so simple to do.
No.
Oh, no?
No.
Well, we just came out with a whole new way to do it, right?
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
Can almost guarantee he's not. So the way we always used to do it is take the thumb hole, keep it on the opposite side. Like, here's your stuffer, here's the thumb hole. Load them on, pull off with the thumb hole. But we figured out that, and thanks to Joe Hell for this, if you take the thumb hole, pull that over your stuffing tube, and then just keep on pulling, that tube will come totally out, and your casings will be perfectly loaded. You have to do a little bit of work at the end to stop it from like rolling over, but that's a matter of seconds. So I think I can find it, but then I can't post it to chat. I'll find that. I'll email it to Patrick, and he'll post it to chat.
Chris is asking if there's a difference in Bloody Mary jerky versus Bloody Mary snack stick seasoning, because he knows that Gigawatt states it's good for either, but Bloody Mary does not.
Yeah.
So the Bloody Mary actually is different. Yep. I can't go into extreme detail on exactly how and why, but from a generic perspective, when you use a seasoning on 2 different types of meat product, sometimes you need more salt, less salt, more spice, less spice to make it work just right.
Particle size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there might be some variations, or it might be set and suited, have the right ingredients and quantities of those ingredients to work on either. So if it's something that works on either, it's stated as it works on both. If there is something that needs to be different on it, there will be a different one. So
yeah, basically, if it doesn't say a cured sausage can be used for either summer sausage or snack sticks. If it doesn't say jerky or snack stick, try to stick with whichever one it's for. The best example I can give you of that is if you look at the jalapeno snack stick seasoning and the jalapeno jerky seasoning, the snack stick seasoning weighs approximately twice what the jerky seasoning weighs. So if you try to use that jerky seasoning to make a snack stick, it's going to be really underpowered. Plus, it's probably not going to have enough salt content. So summer sausage to snack sticks, always okay. Jerky to snack sticks, sometimes okay. That's what he was asking, right?
Yep. Yeah. And that was a very good explanation.
I feel so disconnected. I think I got it.
Here's a question that I'm gonna hurt a little bit about. Bob is asking, are the Excalibur wing shake seasonings gone forever?
Wait, hold on. Before we get into that, we don't know. It would make sense if they were discontinuing them to stop them being snack or wings and just a normal flavor.
Yeah.
That would make sense. That's what my brain is telling me. This what it is. That's probably a coping mechanism, because like cucumbers are going to go to nothing for me anymore. When I go to the store, I get super excited to buy good cucumbers because the salt and vinegar wing shake is so good on cucumbers. But without that, I don't care about cucumbers anymore.
Yeah.
Should we just contact their customer service and just ask them?
Well, no, he's got, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't asked, kind of because I don't want to know, because I'm pretty sure I know the answer, and I'm pretty sure they're gone.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, but no, I'll ask and find out. Cool. I just have a feeling it's gonna be that they're actually gone.
We can call their customer service live on air though, and really get to the bottom.
Patrick, you can't check your email on that, right?
I'll
just send it to Austin.
I can on my phone.
Yeah, go to portal.office.com.
I sent it to you.
I'm having to go to other websites.
Okay. All right. So the video of loading the snack sticks on the tube, like the tube snacks, or I'm sorry, tube casings onto the stuffing tube, should be posted here in a second.
So I was trying to find that, and we could just stream it through here and show everybody.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
I think we forgot. Where'd you get the footage from?
Instagram. You want?
Okay.
I put the link out there. I have 2 different ways. You want to see if you have to approve anything?
Oh yeah. I'll show.
Ugh.
Can you do that quickly? Can you just pull it up and flip it over?
I mean, yeah, I could, but these aren't working. It says error. Try it again when I'm trying to show your links.
Problems.
Oh, what the heck?
But yeah, if I had it in front of me.
I'm going to try and find it in Meatgistics, and then we can at least post people to there.
Wait, I have my email. Hold on.
Another thing about Meatgistics is, we've talked about this a little bit before, but it felt like it took us forever to get from 8,000 registered users to 9,000 registered users. Then from 9 to 10 went fast, and then all of a sudden you look down for 2 minutes, you come up, and we've got 13,000 registered users.
I'll look at it every morning, and I'll just, on that one page or two where it's just like, wow, a whole other page of people have added. And if there's like a for sure fake profile based on name, or it's mostly picture, you're like, who would put a headshot right here or it's super grainy or stock footage.
Yeah, that you know.
Or it's like a name where you're just like,
Or if it's in India.
Yeah, something that I don't understand. So other than that, it's, I mean, they seem like real accounts.
Yeah, they do. I've Googled a bunch of their email addresses too, looking to see if they're spammy.
Yeah. Like I said, we were doing that like almost every day for regular users, and then the super fake ones come across. And
yeah, those are easy to get. All right, so if anyone goes to meatgistics.com right now and goes to recent, which is the little clock icon at the top, there's a post saying loading tubed casings, and that will bring you to the Instagram thing.
Oh, I see it.
Cool.
Instagram, what is that?
It's the only social media site worth using.
You just like the word Insta.
No.
It's Insta, dude.
No, that's not accurate at all.
JB Outdoors is asking if we sell a heavy-duty vacuum sealing bag. Food Saver brand appears to have discontinued their line. He likes using them for packaging jerky. I do understand where you're coming from, because yeah, the heavier duty bags are better on jerky. Normally, the 2 brands of like the non-chambered bags that we sell from Weston, VacMaster, they do a better job with jerky than some other bags at times. But as far as like a heavier duty, and by heavier duty, you're looking at then either a 4 mil or a 5 mil. Standard bag is normally 3 mil. It's just like the thickness of the bag. We don't have 4 mil or 5 mil from Weston or VacMaster in those non-chambered bags. We do sell 5 mil bags for chambered machines. That's where you place the whole bag inside of the vacuum sealer to seal the bag. It does work a lot better on jerky, so you don't get punctures. Products that have bones in them, if you're doing like bone-in steaks, stuff like that, but they do get pretty pricey.
Yeah. Patrick, can you punch in on this real quick?
Yes.
So this is a bag of jerky that was vacuum sealed. So the reason he's wanting a thicker bag is you can't quite see from there, but there are tiny little punctures. They're not even all the way through, but all it takes is one of those tiny little holes to make it all the way through, and you're going to lose your seal in a bag. A thicker bag will prevent that from going through. And jerky really is the biggest thing. What I've found, and I know this is probably not something most people would want to do, but put a bag inside a bag, like vac seal it. As soon as it starts to lose its thing, put that inside another bag, and you're almost always good to go. I don't think I've ever had one pierce too. So kind of a pain in the butt, but
I've seen this question twice on here now from Brian Schneider. He wants to know have you ever made willies into a brat-sized sausage?
no.
Would that even be doable?
Yeah.
So what
sure.
would you have to
It might
figure
be
out?
a little bit, yeah, it might be a little bit overly salty, but I don't think it'd be terrible.
That'd be a bold flavor.
Yeah.
And that big of a bite. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely worth doing.
I mean, yeah, for it being, our original, so to speak. So.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Cool. It could be cool. I don't think it'd be a disaster. And speaking of, we haven't done a recipe for disaster in a while. I think we got one queued up, ready to go.
We did gummy bears.
We just released gummy bears, I believe.
Peanut butter
Jelly on a hot dog. Gummy
Which,
bears.
don't laugh at it until you try it. Patrick can attest to that.
Yeah.
It was actually really good.
Really, really good.
Oh, no, you're supposed to do the cowboy candy one. Those...
No, that's my video. I'm talking about recipe for disaster.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's your...
Yeah. What's my...
So we got... Patrick's going to... Eventually. Patrick is going to start taking recipes that he sees on Meatgistics. He'll be the first to tell you he grew up not basically being allowed to cook. So he's got very limited experience in a kitchen.
I'm a microwave warrior, let me tell you.
Exactly. So we're going to try getting him, see what happens when he tries to cook some of the recipes that you guys do at home.
I'm fine if I'm like by myself at home for where someone to not go like, oh, you're doing that wrong.
Oh, you get nervous?
Once eyes are on me, I'm viewing myself through their lens. You know, I'm like, wow, I do stand weird. What
You're overthinking everything?
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, for sure. So then everyone just thinks I suck at whatever I'm doing. So I know how to cook. Like, I put stuff up, season up, throw the meat, do all that.
He took offense to that, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I'm just saying there are worse chefs in America besides me. But definitely still a novice if you were to be taking it from anywhere. So, yeah, so learn with me as I do your guys' recipes.
There you go. All right, I'm going to draw another winner. And Patrick, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to monitor to see if this person is here. You're also going to have to post it.
Sure.
Winner is, this is jerky and a bag of seasoning. Matthew Connolly. Matthew will give you a little bit of time.
How do you spell last name?
Connelly. So for anyone who entered the National Wild Turkey Federation Freedom Gun Bash raffle, we drew that the other day here. We posted it live. They drew it. They were just here. They posted it live to their Facebook. One guy won 3 guns. One guy.
Yeah.
There was 50 guns and one guy won 3 of them. It's crazy.
I have a problem with raffles, I think.
Like you don't like them?
Yeah. Well, I don't like hearing that. If I were to buy and yeah.
Now that guy probably bought more tickets than everybody else would be my guess.
Yeah.
Did you bring enough for the whole class?
No.
Huh. Bring Dr. Pepper in without... Okay, now I want to see what happens here. Go ahead.
What's he doing?
Yes. So this is a good example of something that I want to show everybody.
It's really tight.
Like him cutting himself?
Oh, that would be funny.
Oh, yeah.
Just do it like you normally would and let's see what happens.
That's not good.
Yeah. So what he's saying is not good is as he's trying to peel off the casing, a good amount of the meat is getting stuck to the edge of the casing. The reason for this is super simple. I set a 4-minute shower and I let it go for probably about 1 minute and 30 seconds and then stopped it because I had to get in here. So some of the pieces are no problem. Like that'll peel away absolutely no problem. This is going to peel away super tough. So what I'm going to do for that is just let it sit in the fridge overnight and tomorrow they should peel away no problem.
Seriously?
Yep. But really important that when you're using any type of casing that needs to be peeled, that includes summer sausage, that includes inedible collagen, these cellulose casings, you have to either get it in an ice bath, and I mean 50% ice, 50% water, or you have to let it run through its full shower cycle. You can't just stop it because you're impatient. Has anyone responded with anything they'd like to see? No.
No. Everyone's, of course, says they're here when they're not the real.
Yes, that's the big one. See, no, that is pulling away fun.
Oh.
You're just bad at this.
Hold on, never mind. Scott Kahn says he's Matthew Connolly.
Okay.
He says Scott is his middle name.
Yep, that's his email address.
Okay.
So, good. All right, so that is the 3 winners for that. I'm not going to eat dinner. I'm not even remotely kidding. This is amazing. This is good that I found this that I like, because I keep seeing myself on video today and then like looking at old ones. I'm like, oh no, I'm getting fat again. So we need to nip that right in the bud. And for me, it's sugar. I mean, my wife's a really good baker, and around this time of the year, I just can't stop shoving fudge and cookies and all this terrible stuff into my mouth, to the point where I don't even get like hungry for, like, I've got a steak sitting in the fridge that I should have cooked the last 2 nights, but both nights I've been like, I want something sweet.
Huh. Every time I look at you in the monitor, you don't
like
look big.
Bigger,
No,
bigger.
you look like you're turning violet. You always change colors.
I'm not even drinking today.
I know. I think it's just the lights, maybe.
Yeah, it could be. No, I was not this red when we started. I look like Soda Popinski.
You should see it on my monitor. It's almost borderline like you should go to the hospital.
Does nobody get that reference?
What'd you say?
I look like Soda Popinski.
No,
no.
Doesn't sound like an outsider.
Anyone first person to get that in the chat, I'll send something to.
It's not fair. People are calling me the boss, and I can't send them
No, definitely
prizes.
not.
What?
That's because you're not the boss.
Well,
First
what was the
person
other
who
word
answers
instead of the
correctly
B?
in chat, I will send. Ooh, I know what I'll send to.
What was your word you said? You said soda what? Soda Popsky?
Soda Popinski. So
Soda-
Popinski is one.
Soda Popinski.
We'll send the
I know what it's
deluxe
from now.
white Walton's Swiss Army knife.
I think it actually, yep, someone got it.
Someone got it?
Candace Kleiss.
Hey, Candace, that's cool. All right, I've got her email address, so
She said punch out.
yep. I
Comes
will
from
go
Mike
ahead.
Tyson's Punch.
Technically, I was looking for Mike Tyson's Punch Out, but
Well, then
he was
Sinister
also in
MD
Punch
was-
Out, because Punch Out came out before Mike Tyson's Punch Out. They only added him later.
Yeah.
What was it called? Mr. Dream? No,
I don't know.
the guy before Tyson.
Oh, that's a good question too. Post the
No,
answer to
no.
that, and we'll send.
No more free stuff. We're done with free stuff. That's another thing. I got a call on New Year's Eve, or maybe it was New Year's Day. No, it must have been New Year's Eve, from our customer service department, saying that they were getting inundated with calls for what was going to be the next giveaway. They're super busy. Please don't ask them questions like that. They don't have the time for it. If it's a giveaway,
And they don't have the information. We don't give it to
Fair
them. We don't give it to anybody else. That's kind of the point, is to have the first people that know about it be the ones that follow the YouTube channel, follow us on
Right.
email, on Meatgistics. John is they're Patrick London and them, but John's the only one that knows what the giveaway is going to be.
all up here. But yeah, this past year, 2020, we were super good about making sure that the sales and giveaways were all on the first day of the year. But people who were with us in 2017 and 2018, sometimes be the 5th before we were doing anything. So we'll continue to try to do our best, but please, our customer service department is already very, very busy. So that wouldn't be something we'd want you contacting them over.
Do we have anything else major? I have one last thing then.
Go.
I always love giving away leather aprons, so we gotta pick somebody for a leather apron. Do I have? Yep, that's January live stream. I should have been ready. Sorry, everyone. Anticlimactic
John,
here.
do you know the original name of the guy that you wanted everybody to know where he's from?
Do I know?
His original name. He was originally known as
Oh,
something else.
like what game he's from?
No.
His name wasn't Soda Popinski?
Nuh-uh. He was supposed to be Russian,
Yeah, well, I mean, he looks very Russian.
but his name was supposed to be a little bit more authentic.
What was it?
Vodka Drunkinski.
That's amazing.
Two people posted that in the comments.
That's amazing. Before he gets to this, I do want to say another happy accident. We've got this new digital camo hat in. We didn't necessarily mean to get them, but I'm happy we did because I absolutely love them. So now we've got the fitted camo military style. We've got the gray laser that Patrick loves. We've got the black Walton's hats, and then Team Orange, Team Blue.
We're getting a new Team Orange hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. Face. I don't like this.
The brim?
I don't like that.
Well, he could ride his bike comfortably now at midnight. That's all that is.
I mean, why not just make it a NASCAR hat and grow them so they come up all the way?
No,
I like that. Ooh, we'll take everything that we're sponsored with and we'll put it on the back of the hat.
That's not many things that we sponsor or that we're sponsored with.
Everything, man.
We sponsor a lot of things.
Well,
but that doesn't really work though.
we're just gonna we'll just put Nike on there. Like,
Sure.
Totally.
Yeah. Why not?
So, real quick while we're still talking, 3 minutes. David O'Crockett. If you respond, get a leather apron. I just put that in the chat. So
He was here. He responded to something a while ago. If he has to be here though, right?
yeah.
Okay. All right. For anyone who has ideas on what they want to see in future videos from Meatgistics, if you want to see specific guests or specific topics covered on the Meatgistics podcast at waltonsinc.com. Other than that, tomorrow we will start back up our weekly Meatgistics live streams. I don't have a great idea of what I'm going to do yet, but I've got a vague idea. Those are weekly live streams that are focused solely on meat processing. We don't give away a bunch of stuff. Basically, I talk about a topic in meat processing, answer any questions in the chat that have to do with that or really anything. But that's just a cool way to be able to focus more exactly on what we do. Because like I said, I was not in the greatest mood when we started this, and 30 minutes after talking to you guys, I was a lot happier. So these are really nice. They're really fun, but they're not really what Walton's does. So those are more focused, targeted.
David Crockett's here.
Yep. The only last thing I have for the day, Ryan or Tex, he's asking about a few questions about some charcoal and some grills. We'll follow up with you, Ryan, afterwards. I'll get some answers, and we'll get a hold of you. The charcoal you and I need to talk about. And then Camp Chef grills, when we're going to get those in. And I don't have an answer at the moment, but when we're done, I'm going to walk over to purchasing and find out, because I've asked them a couple times for a tracking number or something. I haven't got anything, so I'll go find out from them where things are at and see if we can figure that out, because I'm excited for that stuff to come in. There's some cool stuff in there.
There's a vertical pellet smoker. There's a pellet combo grill smoker that seems to have some advantages over the current model that we have. Trying to think what else there is. I think everything else is basically an accessory for one of those. Or there are two versions of the pellet smoker grill. There's the Winwood or Woodwind.
There's a Woodwind. There's a small and a big.
Woodwind.
There's the vertical smoker, and then I think we're also going to end up getting griddles from them.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to get griddles from another company,
Yes.
and they're being a pain in the butt. I'll say their name because they're being a pain. Blackstone, they're being a pain in the rear. I've had companies do this before, but I'll ask for pricing on something, and people will send me pricing that is just, it's laughable.
Yeah.
It's like, you really expect me to sell that and make anything on it? I'm like, guys, I can't do that. I'm like, I just told them, I'm like, hey, it looks like you have a different price level out there. What does it take to be in that price level? If they tell me, hey, you have to order $100,000 worth of stuff, I'd be like, okay, thanks. I just want to know. But to send pricing that is a joke, I'm just like, whatever. So not going to do that. Camp Chef has them. We get decent pricing from Camp Chef. But
I'm just happy to have a pellet grill that we can sell online, so we can do like promo stuff on it. So as soon as we get those in, I'm going to make snack sticks on it. I'm going to try all sorts of stuff. So that should be fun.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
That is it.
Patrick, make sure you leave up control room real quick.
Yeah, control room's up, man.
But all right, guys, thanks so much. As always, great time. Congratulations to all the winners. We'll be in touch in the next couple of days. And if you want, come back, same address tomorrow. We usually do those at 3 o'clock. we'll be talking about meat processing. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
There, Patrick, you have to hit end live stream in that control room.